Many people turn to minimalism in order to simplify their lives, save more money, and break bad habits. And if you're familiar with the conversations we have here in this community, then you know that I value helping you achieve those very things. So today we're talking about minimalism and money, and how minimalism is not just a tool to help you declutter stuff and things, but rather how minimalist principles, secrets even, can help you save money. If that sounds interesting, then let's dive right in. Secret number one, I am not defined by what I own, wear, eat, live in, or drive. The reality for many people, whether we admit to it or not, is that we often spend money unnecessarily on building an image. Maybe it's clothes, shoes, gadgets, houses we can't afford, even food. Regardless of what it is, buying things in order to maintain a quote unquote image can be extremely expensive, especially if we're only doing it to exude a certain lifestyle or image we want to be associated with. Let's take clothes, for example, because I can just about guarantee that you'll be able to relate to this. You see, in the years leading up to my minimalist journey, before I truly had a solid hold on my personal finances, I wasted a ton of money on clothes, shoes, and the like, all in effort to maintain an image. I was progressively allowing myself to be defined by what I had and wore, and not by who I was as a person. Later realizing that it's not about fancy clothes or popular name brands. It's about feeling good about yourself and choosing clothing that reflects your personality. So if you were to explore my closet today, you wouldn't find much, definitely nowhere near the amount I used to own. What you will find, however, is a carefully curated collection of items that represent me in some way. And because of this, not only am I procuring my own image, one that's not easily influenced by others, but I'm also saving a ton of money because my time and resources are going towards things that matter more to me than spending money I don't have, to buy things I don't need, to try and impress people that aren't really going to care. Secret number two, contentment can never be bought. Question for you. What was the last major thing you bought? And did that purchase bring you any sort of lasting happiness and satisfaction? Comment your response below. See, one of the toughest truths I had to face on my journey was the simple fact that more things will not bring you contentment. Now, you're probably thinking, well, duh, Ron. How did you not know that? Fair point. Touche. Well, in my defense, I did know that. But like many others, I didn't prioritize that truth. Meaning, although I knew contentment wasn't sitting on the shelves of my favorite outlet stores, the act of not searching for it was still so difficult to live out. Leave a comment below if you can relate. You see, the more money I spent, the more I realized that I was only making it harder for myself to obtain true contentment. Think of it like running on a treadmill and contentment is dangling in front of you. Now, common sense would tell you to stop running, get off of the treadmill, and take hold of that contentment. But what do we do instead? What did I do instead? Well, I ran faster. I bought more. I spent more thinking that I'd eventually reach contentment because it felt so close yet was actually miles away. I want you to remember something. Contentment is only found in those things that matter deeply to us. Family, friends, community, passion, gratitude, faith, and adventure. Things that aren't things at all and definitely aren't sitting on the shelves of your favorite retail store or in your online shopping cart. Secret number three, I live and spend by my values. Something that I recite frequently throughout my content is that your core values, your personal values, are pivotal to the structural integrity of your life's foundation. And when you know what you value, you'll know what's important to you. And when you know what's important to you, you'll know exactly how to spend your time and where to spend your money. I read something recently that said minimalism helps you live intentionally. Thus, you should spend money intentionally and not accidentally. And if that is not the most truthful thing you've heard today, then we're just going to have to agree to disagree, because I was hype when I read this. Not because it sounds poetic, but the truth it holds is so spot on. You see, when you prioritize your values, you'll rarely do anything without knowing why you're doing it. And this includes spending money. Remember, nothing is done accidentally, only intentionally. And when you learn to move this way in life consistently every day, you'll without a doubt live a meaningful life and save a ton of money. Secret number four, I buy what I need and admire what I don't. Now, I don't want you to overanalyze this statement and say that Ron told me that I'm not allowed to have or want things other than needs if I want to save money. That's not what I'm saying exactly. You can buy what you want as long as you're spending intentionally and not accidentally. This means you have to have a plan and be an active participant in managing your money. You see, unintentional spending leads to unintentional accumulation, which is usually due to impulsive purchasing, buying things we don't need and then justifying it with some sort of excuse. And then we wonder why we have a house full of stuff but never feel fulfilled. Remember this, if you want to save more money, then you have to spend more intentionally. Buy what you need and admire what you don't. Secret number 5, debt and freedom can never cohabitate. I think you would agree that a major part of minimalism is having more freedom in life. Freedom to live the life you want and do the things you enjoy without the added weight of clutter, past baggage, poor relationships, and financial hardship. You see, many of us have allowed ourselves to become trapped in a cycle of bills and payments. And maybe personally, you're finding it hard to save because you have so much going out every month. Now, remember I said debt and freedom can never cohabitate. So if you're pursuing freedom, which I assume you are, then the most direct path to reaching that is getting out of debt. Because when you don't have debt, when you don't owe anybody anything, when you're not making payments every month, you'll have more money, which leads to saving more, investing more, and spending intentionally so your future self can live that freedom you're seeking. If you found value in this conversation, comment below and let me know which part resonated the most with you. Keep growing, keep learning, and always stay true to you. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.